So tonight we have something different going. I will be ranking the best and the worst video game consoles of all time. Now this will be including handhelds, so Game Boy SP and Game Boy Advance SP and Nintendo DS and all that will be on the list. And yeah, let's hop right into it. And so we're gonna have this ranked in 5 categories. Put a cape on it. MJ, remember the time? Cause like what? Nostalgic and then obsolete, and just why? Meaning like why is it even existing? We're gonna start this list off. We're gonna start it off with the Xbox 360. Now we're gonna put a cape on it. Xbox 360 had a strong library. Its catalog was just listen. The Xbox 360 catalog is ultimate. There's nothing in my opinion that stands in its way. So we're just gonna put a cape on it. Like it's simple. Everybody like if you anytime anybody talks about the 360, it's always people talk about the 360 better than they even talk about the Xbox One, because we could put this in remember the time, because this is the Xbox 360 Slim. I need to say that now. The Xbox 360 Slim. So we're gonna put a cape on it. Okay, so we're gonna get to the Sega Genesis. Listen, the Sega Genesis is its catalog. It's amazing. I just did a video on this, and it's amazing. It's amazing. Like the Mega Drive, Sega Master System, Genesis, whatever you want to call it. It's it. Like it had good RPGs. It had hidden gems throughout its whole entire lifespan. It was it. It was amazing. Like. So we're just gonna put it in, and we're gonna put it in. Remember the time, and it had Michael Jackson moonwalk. We're just going, man, come on, now. Only makes sense. The PS2, the PS2. Man, we gonna put this. Put a cape on it. Hear me out. The PS2 is the best PlayStation. Literally, it really is. So, I don't know. It just is. It's the best PlayStation. Like it was. Like I don't know, man. It was it. It was it. It was peak. It was peak freaking gaming, dog. It was. It really was at the time, dog. Because listen, hear me out. It had a DVD player. Like what? A DVD player. A DVD player, bro. A lot of like there was nothing else in the game at that time that had a DVD player, bro. So for Sony to say, you know what? We're gonna put a DVD player with our console built in. And like people literally, you could literally get the Slim. If you had the PS2 Slim, you could literally put you. And the PS2 was it. It was it. Okay, so we're gonna get to the DSi. DSi is obsolete. Obsolete. The only reason somebody would buy a DSi is for the camera, and it didn't have the backwards compatibility with the what's it called, Game Boy Advance games. Come on now. And it did introduce us to the DSi store and all that. So I do admit it like all that's cool. It was cool, but like come on now, it was I. Add the Atari. Remember the time. Like asteroids, centipede, millipede, and like adventure. I've played those. And I've played a couple other ones. Combat. I've played a lot of Atari titles. So I feel like the Atari it holds up. Like not to like no, let me stop. What am I saying? It doesn't hold up, excuse me. I feel like if you were to like when you look back at the Atari and you actually like feel me, look back at it really paved just gaming in general. Like so I'm not gonna give it a lot of credit, because you know it did have ping pong, and ping pong was literally boring as hell and all that, but I'm just ranting. Okay, we got the GameCube. The GameCube? Come on now. GameCube. Ooh, the GameCube, bro. We gotta put that and put a cape on it. That bro, Mario Kart Double Dash is probably the best Mario Kart. Like out of Mario Kart DS, in my opinion. We'll get to that later, but like Mario Kart Double Dash was it. Like I don't know why they haven't switched back to that tag team type of gameplay. Like Nintendo, you're missing a whole bag right there. But okay. But the GameCube, the Nintendo GameCube, it time splitters. They had time splitters. Like, come on now. Like, man, it had time splitters. Like, I'm sorry. Time splitters 1 and 2 was it. All three of the time splitters were it. Like, come on now, it was amazing. I think the time splitters were on the PS2. Don't get me wrong, but like, dude, time splitters, it just was it. This controller for Melee was it. I still to this day buy a GameCube controller USB for my Switch to dock it, to plug into the dock just to play Smash Bros with it because it was amazing. Like it so just feels right. Pause. But man, if I don't edit this video, this is really unhinged. Okay. The PSP. We're gonna put it remember at the time because I feel like it was a time period. It's there with it was a time period. It had a strong catalog for sure, and honestly, I know the PSP is better than the DS. I'm gonna keep it real. It was, its graphics were better and all that. I won't lie, but I'm always been like at least to like not all the way up, but like a Nintendo type of dude. Like at least the DS because I've always thought the DS was cool. I thought you could flip it, put it in your pocket, and like the PSP is she gonna get a carrying case for it. Like I don't even know, but like man, the PSP it's alright. It's alright. We're gonna put it in remember the time. Okay, Nintendo 3DS. We're just gonna get to it. We're gonna do it before the DS. You know why? Just because the 3DS, it's whew, man. We might need to put a cape on it. It was a strongly supported system, and I feel like it deserves all the love it can get. Cause like it. Like yeah, I know people don't like the 3D switchy thing, but like the 2DS and the 3DS, it was amazing. It was a time. Like I know people don't like Smash Bros on it, but like everybody was playing it. Still, even though people were talking shit about it, everybody was playing Smash Bros. Like it was it. Like it literally was. And like man, it was amazing. Like whew, introduced Cloud and all that. Like come on now. Like on Super Smash Bros 4. Like come on now. But 3DS had man, I don't even know. There's so many games on the 3DS that I don't even know. I'm probably just gonna put them on the screen. So we're gonna get to the next console, the Game Boy Advance SP. The Game Boy Advance SP, it's something for sure. It was man. It had a backlight because the original Game Boy Advance did not have a backlight. Like I literally cannot say this any more than I already can. Like the Game Boy Advance did not have a backlight. I don't understand how the Sega Game Gear had a backlight in 1991 or something, and how? Just how? Just how? So the Game Boy Advance SP, I'm gonna put a cape on it for now. I don't know. I don't want to put it in a time period because I feel like Game Boy Advance SPs are literally still look like found today. Like I feel like people still go out their way to go find that item because it's foldable. It changed. It changed, and it had like 4 different colors that you could get, 5 different colors. It changed gaming. It changed gaming for sure. It was amazing. It was amazing because I've owned one. The clamshell was just the best one. But get to the Nintendo Switch. A lot of y'all gonna hate me. We're gonna put this in remember the time. Because listen, Nintendo Switch 2 is coming out. And yes, that's basically a Nintendo Switch. But the Nintendo Switch might become like, not... It's gonna become... I don't want to say it's gonna become obsolete. But like Nintendo's gonna double down on everything. They always do it. Well, they try, but like they always try their best to make their consoles at least better wise. But game wise, the Nintendo Switch has a good catalog of games. But I will say this: I feel like I should have ranked the Wii U before this. The Wii U had Mario Kart 8 before the Nintendo Switch. Everybody knows this. I don't know why I'm stating this, but like the deluxe and all that. But like literally, I played Breath of the Wild on the Wii U before, and I liked it. I don't understand why people. Yeah, graphics look better on the Switch, of course, but like the Wii U was it was good. Like the Wii U, I had no problem with the Wii U. Like the only reason people hated the Wii U, like I was saying, I don't even know. Like, man, listen. To put a cape on the Wii U is crazy, but we're gonna make it obsolete. It's obsolete. I know why people at the time it wasn't loved upon because of the bulky ass controller. Literally, people will play a Steam Deck today and then somehow still shit on the fact that the Wii U had a gamepad. Like, dude, I understand you couldn't even walk 7 steps away and disconnection. Like it, like literally, you ask somebody, did they have a Wii U? Most likely they would tell you, yeah, it's in my closet. Like literally, I done seen Wii U's in closets so many times that it's not even funny. Like literally every like, and to be the black ones too. Like literally, everybody had the black one because the black one looked way better than the white one. I don't know why. I don't. The white Wii U was trash. It just was. But Bayonetta, what's it called, Bayonetta, had a lot of good games on there. Devil May Cry, I'm pretty sure was on the Wii. I'm pretty sure. I'm 100% sure. Had all the Splinter Cell games, which I love Splinter Cell. And yeah, and it was peak. And you could play GameCube games on it, which you could do that on the Wii. Don't get me wrong, but it looked way better in my opinion on the Wii U. It ran like but you could run it if you jailbreak it today. You can run what's it called, GameCube games natively, like at what they ran on the GameCube on the Wii U. Which if you jailbreak your Wii U, it's amazing. I should really highly suggest you go figure that out because I cannot tell y'all. And also getting the games for the Wii U while it's jailbroken is so, I don't even know how close the mic is. It's such a bitch trying to get Wii U games. Y'all don't even know how it's so hard to try to get Wii U games. At this point, I think I don't even know. I don't even want to explain this to y'all. I don't even want to get copyrighted. I'm gonna put the NES. It's not put a cape on it. I feel like the NES, its catalog was amazing. Obviously, it paved the way for just everything really almost. So I feel like the first real 8-bit console was the NES. So we're gonna just go ahead put it. We're gonna put it in nostalgic. I feel like the NES to people is nostalgic. I don't want to put it in MJ because like remember the time for real. I mean like yeah, you can remember the time, but I feel like I don't know. It's kind of weird for me to put the Sega Genesis in Remember the Time then, when I could just. I'm really going. Okay, we're gonna move this. What we're gonna do? We're gonna put the Sega Genesis in nostalgic and the NES in nostalgic too. We're just gonna place them together, and just to have the Atari. It's a time, but it's like I don't know. It's. I'm trying to do this right. I don't want to make my tier list shitball because you know I'm trying to get everybody's opinion, but I'm also considering the fact of the game catalog. So for me, and like, but remember the time, I feel like the Atari, is it nostalgic? No, it's really a time piece. Yeah, the Atari's not nostalgic for really, because like there's other things I know people old heads played. Like, come on now, I know a lot of old heads that have played the NES and all that. Like, come on now. And the Sega Genesis, like they'll be like, oh yeah, la la la, I played that before. And then you talk about the Atari, they'll talk about it slowly. Maybe I'm just tripping because literally I've had so many conversations about game consoles with people that like I've just seen how they act about certain consoles. Like nobody is really like, oh, the Atari, it was it, and I played this and that. You talk about, oh yeah, I played Super Mario Bros. Like that's not actually how they say it, but Super Mario Bros. And all that. Donkey Kong, they bring up the games that they had. Legend of Zelda, like they bring up the first, literally they'll bring up the launch titles of the NES all up, because literally it was a moment in history. So maybe I should. Damn, not me contradicting myself. Y'all are gonna hate me in this video. Y'all are just like, this is me unhinged. This is me off the script. Okay, so we're gonna get the Xbox Digital out of here. Just why? Just why? I think the Xbox One Digital, whatever, is stupid. I've never seen nobody own that. It's a money grab. It really makes no sense. So just why? Just why? The Xbox 360 OG. I say OG. We're just gonna put this literally in obsolete. Like it's not. It's like nobody. Everybody has an O1. It either has the red ring of death or literally like no hard drive. Nobody gonna put it in obsolete. I feel like it doesn't. No, we're gonna put it in remember the time because I feel like when the Xbox 360 came out, it was a game changer. It was. It was. I'm sorry. I'm drinking. We're gonna move to the Next console, the Game Boy Advance with no backlight. Whew, we're gonna put it in. I don't know. To put it in, remember the time. I feel like it might be more nostalgic to people, because I feel like a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people that had a Game Boy Advance also got the Game Boy Advance SP, like later in their life. So I feel like the SP is obviously definitively the best one. I played on a Game Boy Advance and it sucks. Like, ooh, I can't stand the Game Boy Advance, boy. So we're gonna get the Game Boy. We're just gonna put it not in obsolete. I feel like it's nostalgic. The Game Boy's nostalgic. When people talk about the Game Boy, it was a nostalgic factor. Like, it was more the, oh yeah, I played Super Mario Land, which, man, I remember, man, Super Mario Land, like 1 and 2, and Final Fantasy Adventure and all that. I don't play them, so I feel like the Game Boy. I know the Game Boy has a pretty, like, it had a pretty good catalog at launch, so, and it had a lot of support. So, but then what's it called? The Game Gear came out, and the Game Gear was really shitting on Nintendo. I hope y'all know that. The Game Gear was shitting on Nintendo. I just want y'all to know the Game Gear had a backlight and it had color. Come on now. Like, what more can you say? Like, what more can y'all say? It had a backlight, the Game Gear, which we're just gonna get to the Game Gear. I'm not saying this is my favorite handheld, but it's whew. Nobody talks about the Game Gear. Like, nobody does. Like, real talk. And I've had this little thing that was basically like a Game Gear. It had all the Game Gear games on it when I was younger, like probably 6. I used to steal it, like, out my mama's room, dog. It was really from my sister. I just used to take that motherfucker. Talking about, bro, I would be playing everything. Penguin Land, Sonic Drift 2, Sonic Chaos, Tails Adventure. Like, and Tails Adventure, it's not a good game. It's not the best, like, Sonic game, but it's straight. It's straight. But we're gonna put it in. I don't want to say it's obsolete. It had a backlight. I gotta put it over the Game Boy. I'm so sorry. If I put a cape, I'm definitely not putting a cape on the Game Gear. Cause what? But man, to put it in Remember the Time, I feel like we're gonna put it in Remember the Time for right now. Cause I don't even think, like, if you ask about the Sega Game Gear, nobody will probably know what you're talking about. So we're just gonna, to make it simple, we're just gonna put it right there. So the PS4, we're just gonna go ahead and say this. This is the best PlayStation, definitively. The PS5, I game tested the PS5. I used to live in this small county, Rutherford County, Tennessee, Laverne, and there's this place, this arcade called Game Galaxy. I suggest if you live out that way, definitely go check it out. It had a PS5 before it came out, and let me tell you, everybody who was in that place at that time tested the PS5. I tested Call of Duty on it. What's it called? Fortnite, because they had two of them. It wasn't just they had two tables, and it was crazy. Honestly, it was crazy, and like it was crazy. It really was. I wouldn't say, I don't know if it's a moment, but the PS5, it was cool. It was cool. But like the PS4, people still to this day will rather play their PS4. I don't know why. I slick don't know why. But I see more people using their PS4 still to this day than the PS5. Literally, like. So we're just gonna put a cape on the PS4. We're just gonna put a cape on it for right now, because it's definitely not Remember the Time. It's not obsolete for sure. So we're just gonna go ahead and get the Xbox X out of here. This big refrigerator, out of here, and we're just gonna put it in. Shoot, it's the best Xbox, of course, but like, man. Oh no, man. I guess we're gonna, because it runs just like that mug. The Xbox X is literally, it's basically a big ass PC. Microsoft kind of did their shit on that one, but like, it's a big ass refrigerator. So I don't know to put. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold. I am a Microsoft type of dude, but like the PlayStation Network, I went through it and it's way better. The PlayStation Network is so much better, but I hate the fact that they charge people for subscription fees nowadays. Like, it really is crazy that they do that, because like I feel like the 3DS was the last of an era that like you could just hop on the 3DS free. Like to connect, you could connect to internet free, street pass free, like all that, like I don't know, like the fact that you have to even pay for services today, the Nintendo Switch Online and Xbox Live and all that, it does suck in my opinion. Because like even I think even on the 360, you didn't even have to pay to get online. I'm so 100% sure about that. I last time I checked, maybe I'm tripping though. Dang, how was I even playing it? Man, shoot, mom and dad came in clutch. I guess PS3. This is not the PS3 Slim. So the PS3 is the worst one. It's obsolete. I'm gonna keep it real. The PS3 is the worst. Literally, and also, if y'all don't know it, Sony just dropped the update for the PS3. Sony is so mean, bro, because all them hackers that done hacked the PS3, Lord, I feel so bad for them, bro. I actually feel like tremendously bad, like real talk. Cause I cannot imagine you playing your PS3 jailbroken for like almost 2 years, 3 years, and then Sony's like, you know what? We're gonna drop an update. Fuck it. Now everybody's gotta run a patch on their fucking PS3s. The Game Boy Color, the GBC, the Game Boy Color, it was. I don't know. It was late. The Game Boy Color was late to the party because the freaking Game Gear had a backlight, dog. How was Nintendo late to the party on this? I don't know. To be honest, I don't even know. Like the Game Boy Color was like game catalog wise, it was better than the Game Gear. But like I feel like the screen, I don't know, the screen on the Game Boy on the Game Gear was still like better. I don't know how to say that. I played on. Oh, the Game Boy Color didn't have a back. Hold up. How? The Game Boy Color back light. That's actually wild. The Game Boy Color didn't have a backlight, dog? Dog. That's crazy, bro. That's actually crazy. So look, the Game Boy, dog, Nintendo was so late to the party. How was Sega even shitting on them? The Game Boy Color had a better catalog. Still, the Sega Game Gear was shitting on it. So I don't know. Maybe y'all are gonna come for me in the comments. Man. Okay. So we're gonna get to the Super Nintendo. The Super Nintendo. Literally, the Super Nintendo is not obsolete. It's nostalgic. It had a lot of good. The SNES Mode 7 processor was amazing. Like it did change. It changed. It literally changed gaming because honestly, in my opinion, the fact that the fact that there was Sega versus Genesis, I understand why. The Sega Genesis had like its catalog was kind of competing with Nintendo, but like I would still say Nintendo had a better catalog because yeah, the what's it called? The Sega Genesis was literally marketed as a console that was cooler and more grown up, and just Nintendo was like, oh yeah, it's just for kids, you buy that for your 5-year-old and like, here's the controller, and you get to pressing that A and B, but like I don't know, the A, B, and Y and B and all that. Like, oh my. But no, the the SNES is nostalgic. It just is. I don't know. It's nostalgic. Its game catalog was it. Like literally, it had a lot of. It had like Donkey Kong Country, Super Mario World, F-Zero, Super Mario Kart. It was just a lot of Pilot Wings. Pilot Wings. Come on now. But like, yeah, it stands up. It stands up. It's nostalgic in my. Like, I don't think people look more back on the NES than they do the Super Nintendo, in my opinion. Like, the 16-bit era was important, but the RPGs definitely hit. Chrono Trigger, don't get me started, man. Chrono Trigger was something else, man. And Final Fantasy, I think 3, man, came out on there, man. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, listen, it's just a grind RPG, just grinding, like. It didn't really have a story, but it was just grinding. It just grind. And then we're just gonna get to our next PS1 portable. We're just gonna put this as obsolete because look, I seen it on this list, and I just knew when I got to it, I really wasn't gonna. I never seen one in person. Nobody's out here like, hey, bro, you remember the PS1 portable? PS1 game portable thingy? I don't even know the name of that. It has Sony written all over it though, because Sony was making DVD like portable. What's it called? Portable like DVD players. I'm pretty sure. So I feel like that came out. I don't know when this came out, but it might. I know it had because I know for a fact Sony had to take one of their like, oh, we're already making Walkmans and DVD. Well, Walkman actually, I take that back. I'm pretty sure there's no way they were still producing Walkmans and they were coming out with DVD players. Sony, yeah, there ain't no way. But we're just gonna get to our next console, the 3DS XL. Not a lot of people had it because the Nintendo Switch was already out. I'm pretty sure when they were coming out with the XL. So 2017, I think the XL came. It's not obsolete, but I think it is. I think it is obsolete. Sadly, and not meaning it doesn't. Nobody cares because it's just why it's different. Like that means nobody really cares. Obsolete just means it's there. And I'm okay with it. You know, it's not really the real definition, but yeah. Xbox OG, man, Morrowind, Fable, man, Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, Splinter Cell, Chaos Theory. I feel like to this day, Chaos Theory, it's man, we're gonna put a Remember the Time because I feel like when it came out, because I think the PS2 was already out at that time. Really, I really feel like the PS2. So like the PS2, I can't put it up there. We'll put a cape on it. It really ain't. It's not putting no cape on it. It just ain't. So we're just gonna put it in Remember the Time. Because people, I know a lot of people had a Halo. I forgot about Halo. I'm so stupid. Halo, like, come on now. N64, Nintendo 64. Ooh. Mario Kart 64, Legends Zelda Ocarina of Time, like Majora's Mask. Dang, there was a lot. Diddy Kong Racing, but looking at man, I feel like this is nostalgic. I feel like the Nintendo 64 is nostalgic. I mean, like people will literally go out their way to get ROMs and stuff for emulating the N64. I feel like it's nostalgic. It's a nostalgic factor. I mean, I don't think it's a remember that time because literally man, am I putting the PS1? Hold up, what's going on? Because I haven't got to the PS1 because I feel like I'm gonna have to put the PS1 over the N64 because like what it had, the PS1 is Remember the Time. It was a time period. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. Super Smash Bros on it. Like come on now. Okay. We're gonna get to Game Boy. I already got the Game Boy. I'm tripping. PS3 Slim. Man, that's obsolete. I'm sorry. Like, it's not that I don't care. It's just like I kind of don't, cause like what? It's not. It's the PS3 Slim. I just don't feel. I don't feel like it's important enough. Like I feel like it. I know it had a cool catalog, but like the 360 was shitting on the PS3. I don't know who in the world can tell me otherwise. Like, and still to this day, jailbreaking the 360 is, man, it's still better than jailbreaking a PS3 in my opinion. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. Done it one time, and I fucked it up. But hey, when I had a jailbroke, it was the shit. Okay, to it. The Wii. The Wii was a Remember the Time. To put a cape on the Wii I can't. I just can't. Because I know it's weird that I'm putting a cape on the GameCube, but the GameCube, it was peak. It was peak. It was it. It was family friendly. Had its it had its games on it, but like, man, and you can play GameCube games on it too. But shoot, I feel like it's Remember the Time. I don't think it's nostalgic. I think it's more of the Remember the Time. Like you remember playing on the Wii. I remember playing Mario Kart Wii because Mario Kart Wii was it. Mario Kart Wii was it. It's probably the third best Mario Kart game out of Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, and then it goes Mario Kart Wii. Don't care what nobody says. And then probably freaking Mario Kart 64 because Mario Kart 64, I feel like it's not that bad. But we're gonna go to the PSP Go. play this. I know this it has Sony written all over it. Sony was always trying to keep up with the wave of what was going on and trendy. So I feel like this is, it's worth it. So shit, I don't know. I might put it. I don't want to put it in obsolete, but I might put it in obsolete. Y'all are gonna hate me because like the PSP Vita, and I ain't gonna hold y'all, was so much better. Like the PSP Vita, like I don't even know when the PSP Vita came out, but that was really the competitor for the 3DS. I think the PSP. I don't even know if there's a PSP Vita on here. Cause my uncle used to play his PSP Vita, and no matter what, like he would play his PSP Vita more than his what's it called, than his 3DS. How much is it? $180, dog. That's crazy. When did it release? Cause like I'm trying to see what was Sony on. What did the 3DS release? Was the 3DS? There ain't no way. Did they? Dang, bro. Nintendo, bro. It's like, man, I ain't gonna hold you. The PSP had better graphics in every single way. The PSP Vita had better graphics in every way than the 3DS. Like, I'm sorry. I still like the 3DS. I just had to say it, cause like, what? But we're gonna shoot. Oh, they do have the PSV? The Vita, listen, the Vita, I ain't gonna hold you. I do like this one. We're gonna put this one in, man, might have to put a cape on the Vita. At that point. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel like the PSP Vita, it's better. It's just better in every other way. And I think the store was still, I think the store is still going on. I don't even know if the PSP Vita store is even still running. If it is, then I'm sorry, it has to go. Store. Is it closed? Closed. Closing day. Let me see what they got going. Ah, dang. Wait, so it's still open? What? What? Dog. Microsoft would never, ever, bro. And I've been on the 360 store, and I like the 360 store. I don't know. I know like the Xbox One store is technically kind of better than the 360, but like, come on now. Yeah. The PSP Vita, it deserves to go and put a cape on it. And I'm not even like a big Sony fan. You know, I wouldn't buy a PS4, but if my friend had one in his crib, oh yeah, I'm just gonna play it. Like, I ain't tripping. Like, I still choose to play on the, Xbox One today, even though, maybe make me look like a loser. But, I play a lot of more retro consoles anyway, like the NES, SNES Classic Edition and all that. Can't wait for the N64 Classic Edition to come out, which, if you didn't know, Nintendo has already announced that they're coming out with a Classic Edition for that. So, yeah, better get your money and your wallets ready. The Virtual Boy, man, the Virtual Boy is just why. It did pave the way for VR. If y'all don't know, this console or whatever had 20 games for it, and I think Wario Land or something. There was like a game that came out like tennis. It literally, I'm not gonna hold you. The way they imagined the Wii, like how Mario Tennis would be. I feel like there was a game on this console that literally they kept in their heads for like 10 years, like 20 years, and then they actually paved the way for it because there was it just was red and black. It put a eye strain, like, you feel me? Put a strain on your eyes, so it just just failed. But we're just gonna get off the Virtual Boy. Don't want to have a lot of words for it. So looks like we're almost down this list, man. This video, it's edits. If I don't even edit it. We're gonna get to the shoot. Is this all? Oh, the PS1. Listen, it's remember the time. It was a time period when it came out. It literally time froze. People, meaning when I mean, excuse me, what the heck? I need some chili. She got me heartburn. But look. When the PS1 came out, I know for a fact time stopped. Like, it just did. So I feel like people look back on the PS1. Feel me? But still, the PS2 is better put a cape on it. It's still put a cape on the PS2 no matter what. Like, it's still definitively the best best PlayStation in my opinion. Ooh, we're gonna get to the Dreamcast, the Sega Dreamcast. It's obsolete. Listen, Shining Force was on it. I know there was Phantasy Star Online, and it paved the way for online gameplay. So without it, we wouldn't even have like online, like online probably wouldn't even be a thing. I don't know. It was the first console to have literally online, so it has that under its belt. Sega has that under their belt, no matter what. 20 years, 50 years from now, like it had online gameplay. Nobody would play it because look at the controller. Like I cannot stand like that shit looks ugly. But hey, you're talking to a dude that likes the Wii U. But we're gonna just put it right there. I know the Dreamcast had over like 500 games made for it, and it was supported. It was a very supported console. Like Crazy Taxi, I think came out on it. Sonic Adventure. I think it was a 128-bit console too, and it just failed. It was just like honestly, the Sega Dreamcast, it was made for a different time. I don't know, man, because it literally came out in the middle between PS1 era and then the PS2 era. Because literally like a month right after the Dreamcast had came out, Sony was like, "Hey guys, guess what? We're coming out with the second PlayStation," and they got their ass. Just got their ass. They just did. Like, it wasn't no debate. So, we're going to get to the PS5. Listen, obsolete. I don't care. No discussion. I don't like it. I play tested it. I still don't like it. Okay? And yeah, you're talking to a dude that likes the Wii U. I know a lot of people are probably going to be like shitting on me in the comments. You like the Wii U, man? Why? Why, dude? Like, bro, calm down. Okay. Is this all of them? Because I feel like there's a lot of consoles missing, like the Commodore. Is that, the fuck is that? The Sonic? Is that what I think it is? Because the Commodore, because I ain't gonna hold y'all guys. I'm going to be coming out with a video soon called consoles that fell into oblivion. Why did they rise just to fall? The rise and fall like lost video game consoles. Like it's gonna be like something like that, the title or something. I really don't know. But yeah, we're gonna get into that because I feel like this is motivating me more to talk about these consoles because I see the Dreamcast is here. I see the Virtual Boys here, the Commodore, the Atari Lynx. Like the Atari Lynx had a backlight too. So like. When did the Atari? Hold on, we're gonna go look this up right now, guys. Sorry. When did this release? Because I need to know. 1989, and it was. Did it have a backlight? Google wants to know your location. Was it even the 1 and 2? They have Atari Lynx 2. Bro, Atari Lynx back. Did they have a backlight on and off to save power? Dog. The Atari Lynx had a backlight button. Dog. The Nintendo, the Game Boy didn't have that. Game Gear didn't even have that. The Game Gear, I'm pretty sure you could only have 2 hours of gameplay even on that motherfucker, bro. Like, what? Dude. I'm stuck on the fact. Like, and then the Game Boy Advance the Game Boy literally ran off of batteries, bro. Dude. All these consoles that were really, like, handhelds that were really shitting on Nintendo. Like, I'm not saying they had better game catalog, but the fact that these backlights, bro. The Atari was a 16-bit handheld. Was it the first? Bro, what was the first? Because I still learning to this because first 16 console. Like, come on now. Dude, what? Yo, the Atari Lynx was literally the first, and bro, was the first handheld console. Like, maybe I'm tripping, dog. Dog, that's so wild, bro. The Game Boy was shitball. The Game Boy was so shitball compared to the Linux. It just didn't have enough support, I bet. Atari, good Atari Linux games. Oh shoot, I spelled Atari wrong. Atari Linux games, dog. I can't believe I'm actually. This video gonna be long as hell. I might not even edit this, man. It ba- I had basically no experience with Atari before Atari, but also, dog, look at that Atari Linux, bro. Hold up, no wonder, bro. Bro, the Atari Linux had that small ass screen. Look at that shit, bro. We gonna hold up, bro. Hold up, chat. We gonna have to put this out there and load that motherfucker up in this chat, cause like, what respect to the, respect some shit. Don't ask why I have. I don't even know if y'all can see my files. Don't ask why I have Forbidden Memories downloaded. Yo, maybe I like playing PS1 games too. Uh, boom. We're gonna go ahead and just put the Linux. Like, we're gonna go ahead and put the links. Listen, it's not. It's obsolete. Obviously, it's obsolete. It's obsolete. It's not nostalgic because nobody knows what the fuck. And I know you had to turn it in a weird way to play it too. Like, but it had a backlight, and it was the first 16-bit console. Game Boy was out here. Nintendo was out here making 8-bit handheld, dog, with no backlight. Then the Game Boy Color came out like 3-4 years later, late as fuck, and the Game Gear was here too. So like, I don't know how the hell Nintendo even, like, I don't want to shit on Nintendo, but like, dog, every way you look in it, like when you look back, it seems like Nintendo was like made to fail at almost, and just backfired. Like, Sega failed, Atari failed, like Atari and Lynx are forgotten companies, you know, almost. Like they don't even produce consoles no more. They just can't. Like, they said, you know what? Listen, you know what, man? Nintendo is cooking us right now. We have to we have to drop out the race. I'm so sorry. We'll see you next year. Never to return. So I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna ask just why, because the controller looks shitball. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Let me see it. Hold up. Do y'all even know? I'm about to look this up. Do y'all know what this is? Pansonic Multimedia. Bro, I know I'm not tripping right now. This! No, that's not it, bro. That is not it, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever is in that video is what I'm talking about. The CD TV bullshit. I think is what it is. I don't know. Some people, hey, if y'all know what I'm talking, about, please drop it in the comments. Just do. Yeah, the CD, yeah, the CD TV. Nobody really had one of those. I'm pretty sure. I ain't never seen one of those in an old closet. Them motherfuckers got thrown out, just in the junkyard, like E.T. the Atari game. Like, what? So I don't know. These are just, I don't know why they have double pictures, but the PS2 Slim, the PS2 Slim is, excuse me, put a cape on it. No, whoa, the PS2 is going in nostalgic. Now I ain't gonna hold you. It's going in nostalgic. It's going in nostalgic. The PS2, like the big chunky ass one, the PS2 Slim, because anybody who had a PS2, I think, bought the Slim, or at least later down the line. And cause, hold up, when did the PS3? Because maybe PS3 2006. When did the PS2 come out again? Cause wait, what? Like, was that? It was first released in Japan in 2000. Dog, they was getting shitted on, bro. Damn, bro. Sony was just one step ahead on everybody ad, cuz. Dead ass, bro. Just on everybody's dick, man. Ooh, I'm hoping I didn't. The Xbox One, is that Xbox? Did I put the... How am I gonna forget the Xbox One? The Xbox One, I feel like it's a remember the time. It's remember the time. Even I own an X. I'm an Xbox One user. I still don't even think, like, feel me. It's not peak or nothing, but like, not, it's revolution. I don't know. I don't want to say revolutionized anything, because it just, you know, what was your put, like, like, I don't know. It definitely, I know when people got an Xbox One in freaking 2014, it just 2015 and all that, it just was amazing. It was an amazing time. But man, this is the end of the video. I appreciate y'all for watching my unhinged ass just sitting here talking about video game consoles. I will have more videos coming soon, you know, have video ideas I done written down. You know, I'm really trying to dedicate myself to this type of content. Just, you know, me unhinged talking about my favorite, you know, what I like to talk about, video game consoles and video. So I do appreciate y'all for watching. If y'all did get to make it to the end of the video, thank you. See you next time. Keep game.